Welcome to Mastering Claude AI for Product Managers. Today, we'll explore how you can leverage this powerful AI tool to build, think, and ship products faster and more efficiently. This session is part of the Certified AI Product Manager program at Elevate IQ University, designed specifically to help product managers like you stay ahead in the rapidly evolving AI landscape. Let's dive in and discover how Claude AI can transform your product development process. Product management is evolving at an unprecedented pace, far quicker than any traditional job description can keep up with. Tasks that used to take weeks, like drafting product requirement documents, synthesizing research, or conducting competitive audits, are now being completed in just hours, thanks to AI. The real question today isn't whether AI will transform your role, but whether you will be the one leading that change or falling behind. One tool that's proving to be a game changer is Claude, developed by Anthropic. While many teams tend to rely on ChatGPT, those who adopt Claude early are finding it excels in reasoning, nuance, and managing long-form thinking. These are exactly the kind of skills top-tier product managers need to thrive. Why is this so important right now? Because AI is reshaping every part of a PM's workflow, from the earliest ideation stages all the way to product launch. Product managers who become fluent in AI tools are 2 to 3 times more productive than their peers. Claude, in particular, is a powerful and nuanced tool that remains widely underrated. By embracing it early, PMs can build significant career advantages that grow over time. In this masterclass, we'll take you through a comprehensive hands-on journey that covers everything from the essential basics to practical workflows you can start using right away. First, we'll dive into Claude AI, exploring its core architecture, standout features, and how it stacks up against other major AI tools like GPT-4 and Gemini. Then, we'll focus on product management use cases, highlighting 5 key workflows: PRD writing, user research, prioritization, competitive analysis, and data interpretation that will boost your efficiency and decision-making. Next, we'll cover prompt engineering, guiding you through a tested framework for crafting high-quality prompts, including advanced techniques like chain-of-thought prompting. Finally, we'll discuss how gaining AI fluency can significantly enhance your career, adding real value to your portfolio, and equipping you with skills that are increasingly in demand. By the end, you'll have a solid framework to confidently integrate AI into your product work starting today. Claude AI is a large language model created by Anthropic, a company focused on AI safety that was founded in 2021 by former researchers from OpenAI. What sets Claude apart is its emphasis on being helpful, harmless, and honest, rather than just completing tasks. This makes it especially valuable for high-stakes product decisions, where accuracy and subtlety are crucial. Claude shines in 3 main areas that align closely with the work of product managers. First, it can handle long context reasoning, managing up to 200,000 tokens, which means it can process extensive documents like product specs, research reports, or even code bases all in one go. Second, it excels at structured analytical writing, producing outputs that are clear, organized, and detailed. Third, it follows instructions with nuance, ensuring the results are precise and ready to use. Anthropic is a safety-first AI research lab backed by major companies like Google and Amazon, founded by a team of ex-OpenAI researchers. The large 200K token context window is a key technical advantage, allowing comprehensive analysis within a single conversation. Overall, Claude delivers exceptional reasoning and writing quality, with outputs that feel like they were crafted by a seasoned senior product manager rather than just a typical chatbot. When comparing Claude to other major AI tools, it's important to recognize that each model has its own unique strengths, so the best choice depends on the specific task at hand. For product managers who handle complex reasoning, work with large volumes of documents, and require nuanced writing, Claude really stands out. Looking at long context reasoning, Claude 3.5 offers best-in-class capabilities with a 200,000 token limit, which is impressive for processing extensive content. GPT-4o also performs strongly here with 128,000 tokens, while Gemini 1.5 supports even larger contexts, up to 1 million tokens, which is comparable and useful for particularly large inputs. In terms of structured writing quality, Claude is excellent, making it ideal for producing clear and organized documents. GPT-4o follows closely with very good writing skills, and Gemini is good but a bit behind in this area. Safety and reduced hallucination are critical, especially in professional settings. Claude leads the industry here, providing a reliable safety profile to minimize errors and misinformation. In contrast, GPT-4o and Gemini have moderate performance in this regard. When it comes to instruction following, Claude is highly precise, ensuring it responds accurately and effectively to complex commands. GPT-4o is strong but not quite as sharp, and Gemini's performance can be variable. Regarding ecosystem and integrations, Claude's environment is growing quickly, which means more tools and plugins are becoming available. GPT-4o currently has the largest ecosystem, while Gemini benefits from Google's deep stack of resources. Overall, for product management-specific tasks like writing product requirement documents, synthesizing research, and strategic reasoning, Claude's combination of structured writing excellence and excellent safety makes it the preferred choice for professionals. Every product manager should consider using Claude because it can save you between 10 and 20 hours each week. This time is usually spent on writing, research, analysis, and documentation. But with Claude, you can reallocate that time towards higher value activities like strategy and leadership. Claude also helps you make decisions 3 times faster, whether you're identifying trade-offs or structuring your options. It compresses days of thinking into just minutes, speeding up your workflow significantly. Better documentation is another key benefit. Claude ensures that your product requirement documents, one-pagers, and specs are not only more consistent and complete, but also ready to share with stakeholders right away. Beyond just boosting productivity, Claude actually sharpens your thinking. It challenges weak reasoning, suggests alternatives you might not have considered, and helps you stress test your assumptions. This means you don't just move faster, you become a more effective and insightful product leader. Here are the core capabilities that really make a difference for product managers working with Claude. First, long document analysis. You can feed Claude an entire product specification, a customer interview transcript, or a competitor report, and it will extract key insights, identify gaps, or highlight action items all at once. This saves a ton of time compared to manual review. Next, structured output generation. Claude can reliably create tables, PRD sections, user stories, OKRs, and frameworks exactly how you define them. This means much less time spent on formatting and editing, letting you focus on the content itself. Another powerful feature is context retention. During a conversation, Claude remembers everything that's been discussed. This is great for iterative refinement because you can keep building on previous outputs without having to repeat or re-explain anything. Finally, Claude delivers natural, polished writing. Whether it's executive summaries or Slack updates, the writing sounds clear and professional, closely matching your tone. It avoids that typical robotic AI feel, reducing the need for heavy edits. All of these capabilities together really streamline the work for product managers. When it comes to writing a product requirements document, or PRD, the traditional approach can be quite time-consuming. Typically, a product manager spends anywhere from 3 to 5 hours starting with a blank page. They often struggle to find the right structure and consistency, and the quality can really vary based on how busy they are or how clear their mind is that day. Now, contrast that with the Claude way. Instead of starting from scratch, you simply paste your raw idea, a voice memo transcript, or bullet notes into Claude along with a structured prompt. Within just 2 minutes, Claude generates a complete first draft that's ready for review, allowing you to focus on refining rather than creating from nothing. So what does Claude actually auto-generate? First, it creates a sharp, user-centric problem statement that clearly defines the issue being addressed and why it's important right now. Next, it drafts user stories in the classic format. As a user, I want to action, so that outcome, and organizes them by their impact. Lastly, it outlines success metrics, measurable KPIs linked to the feature goals, such as adoption rates, task completion percentages, and changes in Net Promoter Score. This makes the PRD not only faster to produce, but also more focused and actionable. One of the biggest challenges product managers face is making sense of large amounts of qualitative data, like interview transcripts or customer feedback. Claude helps by processing dozens of these sources at once, whether it's support tickets, NPS responses, or App Store reviews, and highlighting the key insights that really matter. You simply input the raw data, and Claude synthesizes it into structured findings, extracting meaningful insights quickly and efficiently. To give you a real-world example, a product manager at a fintech startup pasted 47 customer support tickets into Claude and asked for the top 5 user friction points, along with their frequency. In just seconds, Claude delivered a ranked list, complete with supporting quotes, something that would have taken several hours to do manually. This approach saves time and ensures you focus on what truly impacts your users. Feature prioritization is one of the toughest challenges for any product manager, and it's where your judgment is truly put to the test. Claude doesn't replace your judgment, but helps structure it more effectively. By inputting your list of features along with your business context, Claude delivers a rigorous prioritization based on proven frameworks in just minutes. One practical way to use Claude is with this prompt. Using the RICE framework, score the following 8 features based on the context below and show your reasoning for each score. This ensures transparency and clarity behind every prioritization decision. The RICE framework itself stands for reach, impact, confidence, and effort. Claude calculates each of these systematically and ranks your features accordingly, providing full explanations for each score it assigns. Another method Claude uses is the Moscow approach. Must, should, could, won't. Here, features are categorized based on how critical they are to business goals and user value, and Claude justifies each classification to support your decisions. Finally, Claude can help you with trade-off analysis by presenting arguments on both sides of critical build, buy, or delay decisions. This stress tests your roadmap and helps you present well-rounded reasoning when committing to stakeholders. Competitive analysis has traditionally been a time-consuming process, involving hours of manual research and jumping between multiple tabs to gather scattered information. But with Claude, that changes completely. Claude allows you to quickly create a comprehensive and structured competitive brief all within a single session. This saves you valuable time and helps you stay organized. Plus, as your market changes, you can easily update and iterate your analysis to keep it relevant. For example, you can simply ask Claude, acting as a senior product strategist, to compare tools like Notion, Coda, and Confluence across key areas such as collaboration, pricing, integrations, AI capabilities, and enterprise readiness. It can then present this comparison in a clear table and even recommend a positioning statement for a new product entering the market. This approach turns a traditionally complex task into a fast, straightforward, and highly actionable process. As product managers, we're often asked not just to present data, but to interpret what it really means. That's where Claude comes in, bridging the gap between raw numbers and actionable insights. You can take any analytics data, experiment results, or funnel reports, and ask Claude to diagnose the situation, explaining what's happening and why. Claude supports powerful diagnostic prompts tailored for PMs. For example, if your conversion rate dropped 12% last week, you can provide your funnel data and ask Claude to help identify the most likely root causes. Or, after running an A/B test, Claude can assess whether the results are statistically significant and suggest the next steps. It can even summarize retention cohort data, pinpointing where users tend to drop off in their journey. What makes Claude truly valuable is its ability to convert complex metrics into clear, plain language narratives. This means your executive team can quickly understand the story behind the data and make informed decisions without getting lost in numbers. Beyond interpretation, Claude also helps generate hypotheses. Based on your data, it suggests several plausible explanations ranked by likelihood, accelerating the investigative process. And when you're ready to move from insight to action, Claude can draft recommendation memos in one seamless step, making it easy to share findings and proposed actions with stakeholders. The key to getting great results from Claude lies in the quality of the prompts you provide. If your prompt is vague, the response will likely be generic and unhelpful. But when your prompt is clear, specific, and well-structured, the output can feel like it came from a seasoned professional. First, be specific in your requests. Instead of just saying, write a PRD, try something like, write a PRD for a B2B SaaS onboarding feature targeting SMBs, including a problem statement, user stories, and 3 success metrics. This clarity guides Claude to produce exactly what you need. Second, provide context. Tell Claude about your industry, your user segment, any constraints you're working within, and your goals. The more background you give, the more tailored and relevant the output will be. Finally, define the output format. Whether you want a table, a numbered list, a brief summary, or even a structured JSON object, spell it out clearly. Claude follows these formatting instructions precisely, making it easier for you to use the results right away. These 3 principles, being specific, providing context, and defining format, form the foundation of effective prompt engineering. To consistently get excellent results from Claude, I use the high-quality prompt framework, known as RTCO: role, task, context, and output. This 4-part structure ensures every important prompt is clear and complete, giving Claude exactly what it needs to respond like an expert. First, we set the role. For example, I might say, act as a senior product manager with 10 years of B2B SaaS experience. This primes Claude to think and speak from the right perspective, using the appropriate language and mindset. Next is the task. Here I define exactly what I want Claude to do, such as write a 1-page executive summary of the Q3 product strategy. Being precise about the job and the expected level of detail helps tailor the output effectively. Then comes context. Providing relevant background is critical, like noting, the audience is the VP of Engineering and CTO. Our main goal is retention, not acquisition, and the budget is constrained. This helps Claude frame the response with the right priorities and constraints in mind. Finally, we specify the output. I might request, return the summary in 3 short paragraphs followed by a 5-bullet key decisions section, using plain business English. Clear instructions on format and style ensure the response is ready to use without extra editing. By following this role, task, context, output structure, I get responses that are consistently high quality and aligned with what's truly needed. Let's explore some advanced prompting techniques that help unlock Claude's full potential. First, there's the chain of thought method. By adding instructions like, think step by step, or show your reasoning before giving a final answer, we encourage Claude to reason through the problem carefully, which greatly improves accuracy on complex tasks. Next is iterative refinement. It's important not to settle for the first response. You can ask Claude to make the output more concise, add specific sections like risks, or rewrite for a different audience. Treat Claude as a collaborative editor, and keep refining to get the best result. Finally, multi-step workflows are a powerful approach for tackling complex deliverables. Break the work into sequential prompts. For example, first generate user stories, then score them by the RICE framework. And finally, write the product requirements document around the top stories. A quick pro tip: save your most effective prompt templates in a personal library. Reusing and refining these templates over time will boost your prompt quality, just like honing any other skill. Here's how a Claude-powered product management workflow unfolds from start to finish. Imagine you have a feature idea, like adding AI-powered smart summaries to our B2B dashboard. Claude can take that concept all the way through to launch-ready documentation in under 2 hours. We start with idea definition, where we clarify the problem, scope, and target users. Then, moving into PRD creation. Claude helps generate detailed user stories and requirements that guide development. Next comes the go-to-market brief, where positioning, messaging, and launch plans are drafted. Alongside these steps, we define metrics and OKRs, setting clear KPIs, baselines, and targets to measure the feature's success. What's great is that each stage builds on the previous one, so context seamlessly carries forward. This eliminates repetitive work and deep dives that traditionally took days. As a result, the PM transitions from spending hours producing documents to focusing on strategic decisions and editorial oversight, the areas where their expertise truly adds value. This change not only speeds up delivery, but also sharpens the PM's role in driving product impact. Many project managers, even seasoned ones, often encounter common pitfalls when integrating Claude into their workflow. The first major mistake is using vague prompts. For example, simply asking Claude to write a PRD for my feature usually results in generic and unhelpful output. The key here is specificity. Being clear and detailed about what you need unlocks Claude's full potential. Next, failing to provide context is a serious misstep. Claude doesn't inherently understand your company's specifics, user base, or business model. If you skip this step, Claude makes assumptions that are often inaccurate. Think of briefing Claude like onboarding a new team member. You need to give it all the relevant background information. Another frequent error is blind trust in Claude's output. Despite its capabilities, Claude can hallucinate facts, overlook important nuances, or confidently present incorrect information. So, it's crucial to always review and verify the AI's work with your own expertise. Remember, you're the project manager. Claude is a tool to assist, not replace you. Finally, treating Claude's first response as the final answer limits its usefulness. The best PMs engage in an iterative process, pushing back, refining prompts, and challenging results to elevate the quality of the output. Think of it like drafting any important document. The initial version is just the starting point. When working with Claude, the first important mindset shift is to stop seeing it simply as a search engine or autocomplete tool. Instead, think of Claude as your brilliant thinking partner. It's read extensively and can process information quickly, but it relies on you to provide judgment, context, and clear goals. You bring the human insight. Claude brings speed, structure, and synthesis to the table. Another key tip is to build a prompt library. Whenever you create an effective prompt, whether it's for generating a product requirement document, synthesizing research, or scoring priorities, save it. These prompts become powerful, reusable assets that can save you time and improve consistency over the long term. Using Claude every single day is crucial. The more you interact with it, the more fluent you become. This fluency compounds, meaning you'll learn what types of prompts work best and how to get the most useful results. Even starting your day by routing one small task through Claude can build a productive habit that pays off. Finally, remember to always iterate rather than just accept the initial response. Follow up with requests like, make this sharper, add a risk section, or assume I'm presenting to a skeptical CTO. This cycle of refinement is where Claude truly shines, helping you create outputs that are polished and tailored to your specific needs. AI fluency is quickly becoming one of the most valuable skills a product manager can have in 2024 and 2025. Companies aren't just looking for PMs who can talk about AI. They want those who can actually use AI to deliver products faster and make smarter decisions. Right now, 78% of new senior PM job postings list AI fluency or AI product experience as a preferred or required qualification. This shows just how essential this skill has become. When it comes to interviews, PMs who can demonstrate AI workflows through case studies stand out significantly. In fact, they are twice as likely to make it to the final rounds at leading tech companies. This kind of practical knowledge really sets candidates apart. AI fluency also translates into tangible financial benefits. PMs with AI skills often earn a salary premium of around 40%, compared to their peers who have similar experience but lack AI expertise. But beyond these numbers, there's a deeper advantage. Building a public portfolio that showcases your AI-assisted PM work. Things like sample PRDs, research syntheses, and prioritization frameworks sends a strong signal about your capabilities. It's far more impactful than credentials alone. That's exactly what the CAI PM program helps you achieve, creating a portfolio that proves your skills and opens doors in your career. Are you ready to become an AI-first product manager? The Certified AI Product Manager program offers you a clear, structured path to move from being curious about AI to becoming truly fluent in it. What sets this program apart is its focus on learning by building. Each module guides you to create real, tangible artifacts like product requirement documents, research syntheses, and prioritized roadmaps, all developed using Claude. These deliverables aren't just exercises. They're portfolio-ready and demonstrate your hands-on experience. The curriculum is designed specifically for product managers, with frameworks, workflows, and prompt libraries tailored to your needs, not just generic AI content slapped on. This ensures you gain relevant, practical knowledge that applies directly to your role. Plus, the program delivers career-ready outcomes, meaning you'll graduate not only with a certification, but also with a strong portfolio and the practical skills that help you stand out in interviews and excel from day one in your job. Remember, the best time to develop AI fluency was a year ago. The second best time? Right now. This is your chance to get ahead, build confidence, and lead with AI in your product management career.